This is all that is left after a car that had nothing to do with the chase was hit and burst into flames. 3 people in that car, including a child, were killed. And now Channel 11 is learning about new details in this chase and also about the suspect. Overnight, we picked up the criminal complaint. Channel 11 Stephen Fisher has been reading through it all morning. And Stephen, police say the car fleeing was moving really quickly.
Catherine, at one point we're told this driver was moving more than 100 miles per hour in that car trying to get away from police. It's not clear how fast they were going when they crashed into other cars, but a lot of damage was done, as you just saw in some of that video. But we want to go ahead and show you a picture of that suspect. We just got it here this morning. Take a look at your screen. This is Demetrius Coleman. Police say he was initially pulled over for making an illegal left turn. Now he's facing 26 charges, including 3 counts of criminal homicide. A young couple and their toddler were killed in this fiery scene. Now, police say Coleman took off from that traffic stop because he was wanted on a parole violation. They say he bobbed and weaved through a busy Route 30, and according to the criminal complaint, Coleman's vehicle crossed over into oncoming traffic and traveled directly towards an oncoming marked police unit. At one point, officers estimated Coleman was going more than 100 miles per hour, and police were actually having trouble gaining on him. That's when they say he blew a red light and smashed into another car. A third car was also hit. The 3 people in that car were hurt but are expected to be okay. Now, we did speak with a witness at that intersection during the time of the crash. They say that the car went up on the curb lane and hit the victim in what they described as a T-bone collision. But witnesses we spoke with on camera say they were just in shock.
It's a shame on Thanksgiving for, one person's inability to care about anybody but themselves, to put everybody's life at risk like that is just, it's somebody's child or mother or father, and now they're not here.
And overnight, Channel 11 has learned that the name of the man killed. Police say he is David Bianco. The woman and toddler still have not yet been identified. As soon as that information is released, we'll be sure to pass it along. But for now, we're reporting live this morning. Stephen Fisher, Channel 11 News.
I didn't see that car till a few minutes later. And then a few minutes later, I saw the white car up here. So apparently there was 3 cars involved.
How scary was this to see?
It was scary.
Seen anything like it before?
No. Well, as far as car explosion, no. But it's a whole real bad intersection. Route 30 is real bad.
Your name, sir?
Two young adults and a toddler killed in crash after police initiate 100 miles per hour chase over drugs north Versailles, Pennsylvania. 22-year-old Demetrius Coleman made a terrible, dangerous, and deadly decision to drive his car at speeds over 100 miles per hour through busy city streets during the middle of the day. This dangerous action led to Coleman plowing his vehicle into a car occupied by 2 adults and a young child. All 3 of them were killed. The man was identified as David Bianco. The names of the woman and toddler were not immediately released. Coleman's actions are certainly criminal, and he undoubtedly deserves to be held accountable for the deaths of these 3 innocent people. That being said, when we look at the reason Coleman was driving so fast, this high-speed crash could have been prevented entirely. Because the state chooses to outlaw arbitrary substances, a black market is created which turns people who use or sell these substances into criminals. The government's war on drugs takes otherwise morally innocent people, whose only crime was to possess a substance deemed illegal by the state, and puts them in cages with society's worst. When they are released from these cages, after their ostensible rehabilitation, these individuals are worse off than they were when they were simply taking a substance that makes them happy. Because the state kidnapped them and locked them in a cage for drugs, these individuals find themselves unemployable and are forced back into the only market that will put food on their plate, the black market. This cycle of arresting drug users and turning them into career criminals has been going on for decades. The effects on society are as dangerous as they are apparent, and almost no one in government is doing anything to stop it. When police pulled over Coleman at 2:17 p.m., he'd made an illegal U-turn. This minor traffic infraction quickly evolved into a high-speed pursuit because Coleman was wanted by police for, you guessed it, a drug charge. Instead of simply allowing Coleman to go and catching up with him later, The officer initiated the pursuit that would end in a tragedy. According to Channel 11 News, police told them that speeds reached more than 100 miles per hour during the chase. Authorities said that as per protocol, the East McKeesport police officer who initiated the chase was placed on administrative leave. I heard bang, and a few minutes later, I heard police cars. I came outside the door, and that's when I saw the smoke. I only saw the one white car at the beginning, the SUV, and then the burn car, witness Paul Prummell said. No one is denying who is at fault for this tragic crash, and that is Coleman. However, it would be irresponsible not to mention the drug war's role in the crash as well. If the state didn't use AR-15s and police MRAPs to wage a war against what people want to do with their own bodies, Coleman probably would not have had a warrant out for his arrest and would not have chosen to run from police. Most people outside of the apparatus that enforces the drug war can easily see the harm caused by treating addiction and substance abuse with police force. However, the state continues to plow on. Even the medical and science communities are calling for an end to the drug war. But the state ignores them. Earlier this month, in an editorial in the BMJ, the UK's most widely read medical journal, doctors argued that laws against drug use have harmed people across the world, while stressing that drug addiction should be viewed as a health problem and police involvement must end. Sadly, these two innocent adults and one innocent child are now part of the collateral damage in the most immoral war ever waged on humanity. Image: http://wp-content/upload/2016/03/magorist-1456948757204.jpg. Matt Agorist is an honorably discharged veteran of the USMC and former intelligence operator directly tasked by the NSA. This prior experience gives him unique insight into the world of government corruption and the American police state. Agorist has been an independent journalist for over a decade and has been featured on mainstream networks around the world. Follow @Matt Agorist on Twitter and now on Steemit. Read more at http://thefreethought-project.com/adults-killed-drug-war-crash/#KWBR0K5ZGJ1type.99